When I say, who's the master? You say, no, no.
I'm back. What is up, everybody? Showing up the king, the one and only, and I am here to bring you, believe it or not, my review for Naruto Manga Chapter 627. Now, before I get started with this recap and then my thoughts on the actual chapter, I want to apologize to you guys. It's been at least a month since I've done any manga reviews, and the reason is simply I've just been busy. I definitely try to make it my point to, bring you guys my thoughts and my opinions on these things on a consistent cycle, and I failed you in that department this past month, and for that I do apologize. But as life goes on, there is a life outside of YouTube, so I'm hoping you all will understand that and stay tuned for my future endeavors that I have going on. I actually am in the process of working on a video game channel. I have a few people that I'm reaching out to kind of do something special, and I will have more details on that going further down the line. But we're not here to talk about video games right now, even though video games are awesome. We're here to talk about Naruto, and boy oh boy, did I pick the right chapter to jump back in and get my reviews done. I'm going to do a quick summary of the chapter, then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it in general. Alright, so this chapter can kind of be broken out into 3 segments. It's the I'll break it out like this. I think the first part of the chapter is mostly known as the finish up. It's finalizing, the last parts of the flashback is over, and it's more so the previous Hokages are all talking about their faults. The middle meat of the story is Sasuke's decision, and the last part of the chapter is essentially what happens in result of Sasuke's decision. In general, what ends up happening is the first Hokage is finished with his story. He tells Sasuke what shinobi is. He also says that they talk about the other Uchihas and how Itachi was basically carried on his wishes without him even knowing at first, and things of that nature. And what I actually thought was really interesting about this first part is it's almost like they went down the line. Each of the Hokages talked a little bit about their mistakes and the things that they went through as being Hokages. And I thought, for what inevitably ended up being Sasuke's decision, definitely had a lot to do with what they were saying. I think when the second came out and Sasuke mentioned to him, you hated the Uchiha, and for the second to say, I actually did not hate them. I just thought that they were basically essentially saying they're sneaky as shit and they need to be watched. But I didn't particularly hate the Uchiha. I just thought that they were dangerous. And then the biggest point that was made was by the third. The third, when he said that one of the biggest mistakes that he made was appointing Danzo to handle the protection of the leaf and just dealing with all of Danzo's darkness, to which Sasuke admitted that he was the one who killed Danzo and got his almost a form of revenge on Danzo. I think that's also another good point to point out, that partially based off of Sasuke's inevitable decision, that it was highly influenced by the fact that he was able to get a measure of revenge by killing Danzo. Now, in regards to the fourth kind of blamed himself by saying essentially he was unable to stop Madara and Toby in the beginning, so he kind of blamed himself. But to which, again, we all know that what happened with the fourth, so no one really blames him for what inevitably ended up happening, because what he did set up to where we are today as far as Naruto's progression, which is always great. Now, one thing that I noticed that the fourth did end up saying that was kind of cool is that he was really pumped to be able to go see Naruto. So essentially what happens is all the Hokages ask Sasuke what's his decision, and you can see, Sasuke toiling over all the information of what he's done since he's left the Leaf, and all the decisions that he's made that led him up to where today is. And he's in the background, he's hearing what Itachi was saying to him before Itachi, ended the Edo Tensei, and he basically came up to the decision to protect the Leaf. Now I gotta tell you, like when that decision came, you see Sasuke's eyes were closed. In my head, I was thinking, he's gonna open his eyes, he's gonna have the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan out, and he's gonna profess that he's going to destroy the Leaf still, and I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I thought the second would then just bust out his chakra and then all hell would break loose. It really was like crazy, but at the same time, there was some chance. And again, the reason why I thought that Sasuke would inevitably turn against the Leaf is because I still have a strong feeling that him and Naruto have to have that final confrontation. Like I would honestly feel jaded and a bit let down if there wasn't that last battle between Naruto and Sasuke. Now, there's still plenty of room for the story to develop, and I kind of think with Kishi is doing, it's kind of trying to lull us into a sense of security by thinking that, Sasuke's, back to normal, he's back a part of the Leaf. I think there's more to it than that, because on top of that, Orochimaru even comes to the side of good, and he's talking about, I learned a lot while I was inside of Kabuto, and Kabuto basically copied everything that I wanted to do, and I saw the error of my ways through that. I kind of thought that was a cop-out. Not saying that I don't enjoy seeing Orochimaru kind of have that turn of, kind of going good, because I don't think Orochimaru could really ever be truly good. And the only other thing that I would point out that kind of disturbed me a little bit was how as they were leaving, because now they're all going to the battlefield, and that was another part that pumped me up. Everyone's like, all right, let's get to the battlefield, let's stop Madara and Toby, let's get there. And they're talking about how they can, the fourth can, just basically teleport them there. And they were like, no, first Orochimaru has to, allow us to do so because we're bound to him. So that's when Orochimaru did his whole turn and said, yeah, I'm following Sasuke, I'm on your side now. So again, like I said, for the sake of the story, I'll allow what just happened there. Now, the last little piece that I want to talk about is Karen's, or whatever the hell her name is, her just showing up out of the blue where Sasuke and everybody was, and I guess she does have the ability to track his chakra. So I guess when she noticed he was in the village, she went to go see him, and she ended up punching the hell out or kicking the hell out of Jugo. So and again Sasuke apologizing to her for trying to kill her, which I kind of thought was kind of funny, because I don't know if a simple apology for attempting to stab me through my chest, or he did stab her through the chest, and attempting to kill her, well, I think a simple sorry would not suffice in that situation. But I will say my feelings on Sasuke turning good, I have mixed feelings, because again, in relation to him not being able to fight Naruto now because of the fact that he's good, that would be a problem for me. But I also would love to see them team up to fight Madara and Toby. So that is the good aspect that I would love to see, the two of them at their peak of their power going against Toby and Madara. I think that would be an awesome fight. Also seeing the other Hokages get into the mix, like there's got to be some. Honestly, I think it's at this point in the game, I think it's almost a little unfair, because I feel like you have all the four Hokages plus Orochimaru, plus Sasuke, plus Naruto in the entire Leaf Village versus the Ten Tails, Madara, and Toby. Now, the Ten Tails alone is still very strong, but it's going to be very interesting to see how they do this in next week's chapter. I promise you, next week's chapter will probably be one of the most read chapters in Naruto. I promise you that, because if it's them landing on the battlefield and just getting there, man, I just can't wait to see the look on everybody's face when all the Hokage show up, when the fourth finally gets to see Naruto. It's just gonna blow my mind. But again, like I said, it's time for you guys to tell me what you thought of the chapter. Were you as pumped as I was to see that Sasuke's decision to turn good, or do you think it's better off for him to have been evil? Like, how did you want to see that decision to have been made, and just give me your rationale below in the comment section. I'll definitely get back and answer you guys. Definitely, I just want to send a special thank you to all the subscribers who stay subscribed to me. I do this for you guys, and I'm back, and I'm back at 100%. And I promise to be bringing you guys some new content very soon. Definitely don't forget to like this video. It definitely helps get my word out there. And I also hope you guys enjoyed my new intro. I worked on that a little bit as well, so I hope you guys enjoyed that intro as well. This is Showing Up the King, the one and only. You guys have a great day.